It is Thursday, September 25th, and it's time for Q&A. Today we have great questions about mindset. What is my approach to mindset? Um, Bianca is doesn't exercise at all, needs to start. Any recommendations? Absolutely. And Greg asks where things stand with the Maxim Cover Girl competition. Before we dive into these, quick introduction. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I am a 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and now three-time finalist in the Maxim Cover Girl competition in my late 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s because it is time to tell a new story about aging. And this is about so much more than looking cute in a bikini, although I'm not going to lie, I love that. But it's about waking up strong, confident, energized, and excited about what life has in store for you. And I have so many resources here for you. I'm going to drop a link in the caption. I have two amazing cookbooks. They are ebooks, so it's immediate digital download where you receive not just 50 high protein, low calorie recipes made with real food ingredients, also my best weight loss strategies that have helped my clients lose 10 to 35 pounds and keep it off eating real food, and then help me stay lean and fit even now at 59, 5 years post-menopause. I also have a journal, the Happy Health and Hot Journal. This is a physical book. You can grab this on Amazon Prime. $14.99. It'll be at your door in a few days. 90 days to love your body and your life. So this gives you space to track your mindset, nutrition, and fitness. And also I'll link my LTK shop where you can grab my sexy, affordable fashion picks, everything from bikinis, my cute workout wear, my home exercise equipment, and my everyday sexy casual outfits. I didn't put a belt on with this yet, but I will. So much of my stuff is from Amazon and Walmart. And then we throw in a few high-end pieces like Gucci and just pull it all together and have some fun. So let's start with Bianca's question first. Bianca is 56 years old. She's 5'2". You're an inch taller than me, Bianca. We weigh 120 pounds. You're doing really well. She doesn't exercise, needs to start. Any recommendations? Yes. First, I'm going to tell you what not to do, Bianca. Don't throw yourself headfirst don't join a gym and sign up for every class and get a personal trainer and throw yourself headfirst into something only to be frustrated because you don't have the time. Now, I'm certainly not against personal trainers. That can be amazing to keep you on track. So not throwing shade at personal trainers at all. I'm all about coaching, holding people accountable, everything else. But so I've seen people be like, oh, this is my year, I'm getting in shape. And they literally aren't doing anything. They join a gym, they don't go, they feel guilty, whatever. So the best workout is the one that you'll actually do. And this isn't just about what do you find fun, although that's great, but what fits into your lifestyle? What is the most sustainable? What is there going to be the least resistance to? And then also, what works with our bodies? So if you're in your 50s, you haven't been exercising, that's okay. I would say the best place to start, if I were in your shoes, Bianca, would be to start walking. Start walking. Walking is underrated for our overall, let me turn the sounds off on this phone, health and wellness. Walking, as a student of ancestral health, I can tell you that walking is a natural movement that our bodies are designed to do and to do a lot of. As a woman in, perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, weight-bearing exercise is very important. Walking is the original weight-bearing exercise. We are bearing our own body weight. It is something that is it's not going to lead to injury. Again, it's what our bodies are designed to do. And there's so many ways to adapt it to make it more challenging as you build strength, confidence, fitness, all of the things. Besides the overall fitness benefits of building muscle, which you absolutely will happen, especially if you're consuming protein and start working in some hills, and of course, the calorie burn. Walking is amazing for anybody at any age, but for us women of a certain age, it's so important to balance our hormones. When we're getting natural light in our eyes, so I'm encouraging you to not wear sunglasses whenever possible, that is helping to balance our circadian rhythms, which of course help with our sleep and help to balance hormones. Nature sounds are very regulating to our nervous system. I personally don't use like AirPods or anything. If I do listen to something, there are some like YouTube and podcast recordings I like to listen to sometimes when I'm walking. My phone will just be, I'll just be using the speaker of my phone. My phone will be in my pocket or whatever. I'm still getting the nature sounds. Bird song in particular is a primal symbol of safety to our bodies. Walking is great to boost our creativity, boost our energy, our mood, great for processing emotions. And even when you're tired and like maybe a rigorous workout would be too much, walking is that gentle, you decide the pace, all of the other things. And then you can always make it more challenging by adding in hills, walking faster, like trying to cover more ground in the same amount of time. Maybe adding a weighted vest, which we talked about yesterday. That's something I personally haven't done. So, Bianca, I would recommend you start with walking. And here's the way I would do it. The pedometer app, when you have some type of health or pedometer app built in your phone. So look at how many steps a day you're getting now, just in whatever you're doing. And then I would look to increase that by 1,000 steps a day for like 1 week, then the next week. And I'd look to be getting as many of those new steps in like outside as possible. It's great to walk after a meal, but really whenever you can fit it into your schedule. Ultimately aiming for about 10,000 steps a day or even more. I personally go for 15,000. That feels amazing to me. It doesn't just let them add up as they may. Like longer walks are optimal for fat burning, but every step counts. And you can look for little ways. You can make it a game to get more steps into your day. So, like parking further away when you go shopping, doing an extra lap around Target, that type of thing. I would also encourage you, once you get comfortable with the walking, work on one thing at a time. I would encourage you to start to do some resistance training. You absolutely could go to a gym, or you can do things even with your own body weight at home. Planks are amazing. I always say planks are better than spanks. Lots of tutorials here on my page. I'm going to be dropping some more stuff, mostly on my Instagram page. I'm going to be dropping some more stuff soon. So hopefully that's helpful, Bianca. Um, I'm not sure of your name because your handle is a bunch of letters with like underscores in between, Rohal. But he asked what approach I take to mindset. Okay, mindset is huge to me. Happy, healthy, and hot starts with happy for a reason. Happy, healthy, and hot is more than a cute name. It really means mindset, nutrition, and fitness because I believe you need to pull them all together to see real results. And starting with happy doesn't mean that you need to be happy all the time. That's, could be a toxic positivity. But I'm all about taking the most positive outlook on life that you can. So I believe that everything is always working out for me. I believe that I'm always in the right place at the right time. I believe that obstacles are opportunities. I believe the entire universe is conspiring in my favor. I just need to start paying attention. I believe my success is inevitable because I am always going to keep going. So I believe I'm always learning and growing. I believe I'm not ready for some of the things I want, and that's why they're not here yet. So mindset is huge to me. And, again, it's looking for the silver lining. It's the gratitude. It's the appreciation. It's the thank you more, please. I spent a lot of time in my life. I think I am a naturally pretty optimistic person. And I went through a pretty long period in my life where I felt like such a victim, where I was in a victim mentality. So other people were the reason that I was where I was. And I had a lot of resentment, some shame, obviously guilt, all kinds of things. I'm not that girl anymore. I started to realize that, what you allow is what will continue. You, we decide like how we treat ourselves, and that shows the rest of the world how to treat us. It doesn't mean that everybody's always going to be amazing, but we have standards and boundaries, and it starts with us. We can react or we can respond. So I started really looking at how I was handling every little thing. And when things didn't go my way, I learned to say thank you, even during some of the really hard, scary times. And I learned to see where, the only person we can control, like I can't control anyone. I kept wanting other people to change, but we can't change other people's behavior. The only person whose behavior we can change in our own. So we can change how we're responding, how we're speaking. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes no response is a response. We can learn to take a breath and pause before speaking. We can learn to ask ourselves things like asking questions is really powerful. How good can it get today? What if this is, and during some of the hard things, what if this is the best thing that ever happened to me? That's hard for some people, but what is the lesson I need from this? Why do I keep attracting this situation? What lesson do I need to learn? What do I need to change to attract better? If we're always waiting for things to get better before we treat ourselves better, like for example, say you want a new car and you just hate the car you're in and you're complaining about the car you have, well, you're going to bring that same energy. That new car isn't coming, or when it comes, you're going to find things to not like about that. I'm ready for a new vehicle and I love the one I have. My car makes me smile every time I look at it. I'm so grateful for it. I take the best possible care of it. I keep it clean. I keep it organized because I know that when my new car arrives, when my car has a friend, I want to be just as happy with that. But um, keep your wallet organized to make space for the abundance that's coming. Get rid of those old, stretched out, icky clothes that don't fit you right to make room for beautiful new things. Treat yourself the way you deserve to be treated. And life starts to mirror that back to you. So that's a little, just not a rant, but just me opening up on my view of mindset. My approach to mindset is it all starts with us, it all starts inside. And we get to decide how we show up in life. And this isn't about sugarcoating or saying life is rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, because it's not. We all go through hard things. But it's knowing that those hard things are preparing us for amazing things. And even when we have the amazing things, we're still going to have some lessons. We're still going to have to deal with some shit because this is life. So hope that's helpful. Reach out with anything more specific. And then Greg, who has been such an amazing supporter with Maxim Cover Girl, just ask, hey, any updates? Um, Not yet. I have already won. I feel like every day that goes by is just means it's mine. I had the interview. Over 50,000 women entered, and they just interviewed a handful, a few dozen for the cover. I made it to the interview. That in itself, I have won. I know that out of that handful of the small amount of women who were interviewed, one is making the cover, and at least three will appear in the magazine. Any of those options are amazing, and I'm claiming the cover. It's already mine. Maxim needs me as much as I need Maxim. Like, this is such an amazing opportunity for me and for us. And it's an amazing opportunity for Maxim to put an unknown 59-year-old on the cover. I mean, yeah, they've had Cindy Crawford. She's born in 1966 too. They've, who else? There was a hot Elizabeth of a certain age. Why am I forgetting her last name? Who was on the Hot 100 issue? Oh, Elizabeth Hurley was on the Hot 100 issue last year. So they are, this is a sign of what's to come. Let's put the unknown who's got that extra something that people can't take their eyes off of. Let's put her on the cover and really get people talking. And of course, that's going to lead to a whole new audience for Maxim. So I'm claiming it as mine, Greg. Thank you for asking. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, I would be so honored if you subscribe. That lets YouTube know that this message, my content is relevant and helps eventually get it out to more people. So thanks for being so amazing.